Hi, this is Dean from NoticeAbility. Listen, I have an opportunity to share something with you, and I've never done this before. I have my trusty 13-year-old videoing this who knows a lot more about how they do this on YouTube than I do. However, it's too important an opportunity for me to miss. One of the coolest things about my job, in addition, obviously, to working with kids and families, is that I get to be introduced to all these amazing dyslexic entrepreneurs. And every so often, they'll be kind enough to send me a sample of what they've created. Well, I wanted to share something with you today. I met a gentleman named Tull Price. Okay, great name, right? Aussie, who now lives in the United States, dyslexic, and has a fascinating backstory that I won't go into now, but what he has created in his most recent incarnation, right? Typical dyslexic serial entrepreneur, right? The most recent endeavor is something called FEIT, F-E-I-T, Footwear. Okay, I thought it was feet. I thought he was misspelling feet. F-E-I-T, I read that as feet. Apparently it's pronounced fight. Love the play on words regardless. What they stand for more than anything else is a direct-to-consumer boutique footwear company. And when I say boutique, I don't mean it in a pretentious sense. I mean that they are trying to contradict the mass consumerism and the mass production that has threatened our world and arguably our way of life in some regards. And so what they do is they have 50 artisans in China who handcraft from start to finish every single pair of shoes that they build. Now, they use all these sustainable products, cork and bamboo, right? And what's remarkable is that the relationship that you get into as a consumer is like having this sort of company as a family of sorts. You can apparently walk into any one of their retail shops, and there's only ones in San Francisco, New York, I think 2 in Australia, 1 in Melbourne, or maybe 1 in Sydney. But you can walk in with a pair of their boots and they will clean, recondition, and if needed, repair the boot or the shoe. Now, I'm about to share with you the pair that I was sent. When I pulled this out of the box, it has the signature of the maker, the person in China who made my shoes. This is his name. He made 34 out of 60. This is the 34th pair out of 60 pairs that he will make. These are 60 one-of-a-kind boots. Now, check this out. You have this tab. It's a leather tab on a cardboard box. Save that for later. Now in here, this is a letter of authenticity from the maker of your shoes. Now, I don't read, I don't know if this is Mandarin or Cantonese, I certainly don't read it, but this gentleman's name here, I suppose if I could find him, he and I could sit down and talk about what he built for me. Some cool content, which I will read at a later time. Look at this. It's just, I feel like this is like interactive art, seriously. Okay, the first thing that I get is a FEIT branded pouch for each one of my boots. There's one for the left, and there's the one for the right. When you're packing and traveling, this keeps everything fresh. Got an extra set of insoles. Again, marked with my batch number, my product, 43. Again, directly back to the artisan. I wish I knew his name. It's an extra pair of laces. Sorry, 2 extra pairs of laces. Now, the boot itself. When Tull said he was going to send these to me, I said, mate, I think you need a pair of winter boots out there in Boston, right? Not my best Aussie accent. This is arguably the most beautiful boot I've ever had. There's this wool lining in it. Here in Boston, we get some cold, cold winter days. These are leather laces. It's got, you know when you get that fresh leather smell? I can smell these, this stitching in the back. My friend in China, wherever he is, I can see him hand stitching down the heel. The boot itself is so girthy, right? Its weight, the thickness of the leather is exceptional. Look at this, where it's stitched in here. It's one piece of leather, it looks like. It's folded in and then hand stitched. Again, it's got what feels like a leather insole. Presumably, it can be used with these to sort of fill it in if for some reason. They come in whole sizes, I noticed. So I guess if I'm sort of a 9.5, 10, I can insert this if I need some extra filling. This is the sort of thing that makes me so proud of my fellow dyslexics. When they come up with something like this that screams integrity, based not only on the product, but everything that goes into the product. I've seen their website and they actually cut this in half and you can see the construction from every component of this construction. And if Tull was here, I'm sure he could tell me exactly all these bells and whistles that go into a piece like this. But when I hold something like this in my hand, and I know that this came from somebody who likely spent the first half of their life in an academic environment where they were probably told not to have many aspirations in life. And now, decades later, he has gifted me this pair of boots that I will cherish for as long as they will serve me. I'm remembering now that if anything breaks down, I can just walk into one of their stores and they can take care of me. So perhaps these will even outlive most of my other boots because it's got that care. Tull Price, thank you, my friend. So check it out. FEIT, whatever you want to call it, FEIT. That is dyslexic quality. Thanks for tuning in.